choke. Wednesday heat, 8 p.m., no debate. Sports Bar Nation, we never show up late. Oh, this is the Sports Bar. Wednesday nights we go hard. Veterans strong and we stand tall. WTF Nation, we run the ball. Hey, hey, turn the lights on. It's Sports Bar, come get your hype on. Hey, turn the lights on. It's Sports Bar, come get your hype on. WTF Nation, Wednesday domination. King and coach in rotation. The Sports Bar's sensation. From kickoff to buzzer beaters, we break it all down. Wednesday 8 p.m. the live show in town. It's the Sports Bar where legends hang out. WTF Nation Radio. We at
Yeah, what's up? What's good? What's happening? Welcome to the Sports Bar here at WTF Nation Radio. I'm one half of this thing, King Smith, the actual King Smith. For some of y'all that don't know or refuse to say it, U.S. Air Force veteran here at WTF Nation Radio. And we're going to do some trivia tonight, or we're going to attempt to do some trivia tonight, as we're going to need at least 4 people at a minimum to join. So if you take a look in the description box or in the chat, you will see a link to join crowd.live/Tango 8 Delta 7 Romeo. Or if you have to put in the code, you could just do crowd.live. And then when it has you enter the code, put in T8D7R. We've got, I think, about 15 or so odd questions, if I remember the setup right. Coach is going to join here momentarily. And we're going to see if y'all can beat me. See if you can beat the sports guy here, the sports trivia master over here. And if you do, you're going to win an Amazon gift card. Now, I won't reveal what the denomination is going to be. It could be $20. It could be $50. It could be $100. But in order to find out, we're going to need at least 4 other people to join tonight. So I haven't joined myself. So while I get ready to do that, I'm going to bring up the man, the myth, the legend behind the fence. Coach, let the people know something.
Oh, what do you hear? What do you say, ladies and gentlemen? I just got my dinner. I got some nice pizza. I got 15 questions lined up for trivia tonight. I'm doing pretty damn well. I've got one thing, though, King, and I just realized this. I can't share my screen.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, ruh-roh. And I think that had to do with me not logging in. So I may need to log in underneath the what's it called? The login that we all have.
Uh-huh.
I need to log in order for me to share my screen so that we can
Okay.
actually play it tonight. So I will be right back. I will actually, because I've been trying to mess around with this, and I thought that if you brought me live, I would be able to get into it, but apparently I cannot share my screen. So I'm going to log. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. I take that back.
Ooh, let's go.
Can you see something right now, King?
I can see it behind, and I can add it to the stream just like that.
There we go, my
Look
friend.
at you.
Yeah, look at that. Holy crap. Okay, good. So we are good with that. Yeah, I mean, hell, if we want to go that way, all right. I didn't know if I could share it or not, but all right, good, because it was a different setup than what it is on the normal one. So, yeah, my computer, my tower that I was gonna run OBS and all of these other great apps on, and where I have Discord and all my stuff saved. Yeah, somehow during this snowstorm, I ended up getting a power surge, and my freaking computer now will not turn on. I have a feeling that my daggone power supply is out, so I have to get a new power supply on this. I'm running off of an old laptop that I first started streaming on back when we kicked this show off in 2003 or 23.
Come on, man. You got money. Go out there and get your ass a new.
Hold on. I do have a new one. I have a freaking, for the past year now. No, excuse me, not for the past year. Well, yeah, almost a year now. I have been running with a tower that I have down here in the coach's dungeon.
Hey.
And like I said, everything was fine. And then I came over like Monday, and I came down here because, with the snow and everything, I had remote work, and I could not get on the what's it called? I could not start the computer, and I'm wondering what the hell's happening. How all of this is happening, and I come to find out that we had we had several freaking. Like I said, I've now got a bad power. I've now got a bad power thing for my tower. The tower was running great, had like 32 gigs of RAM and an SS, one of those M2 drives and all of that other good shit. But yeah, kind of shit out of luck right now. I'm on a damn backup laptop.
All right. Well, while we are waiting for people to join, I'm going to actually show myself joining. So, Coach, I'm going to share my screen here for a second so that the people know what they're doing. There's several ways to join. If you have another device, like I do, you can pull out that other device, scan the QR code that is on the screen right now, and that should take you right to it. You should be able to just enter your name and go from there. However, I am going to show myself going to the link that is in the description box below by typing in crowd.live and pressing enter. Now, when I do, there's a screen that pops up that says enter code. The code right there, Tango 8 Delta 7 Romeo. So that's Tango 8 Delta 7 Romeo. I am clicking enter. Boom. First name, last name, baby. And you see right here, you're in the right place. If it says Sports Bar Trivia, February 4, 2026, I am clicking join. And hey, it says game will begin shortly. Now, I have nothing to do with this. I did not create the questions. I'm not managing it. Coach is going to be running it. He's going to manage it. He can see all of the people behind the scenes that have joined. So we are going to run trivia when we have 5 total people. Y'all, it is free to join. You can actually win shit. And I'm going to let y'all on a little bit of game here. You can kind of cheat the system a little bit and get the questions right. Now, how fast you get the question in determine how many points you get. So it's not like you have to fully know sports to be able to win. There is an element of being able to cheat. So if you want to try to win some free shit, join our sports trivia. Cheat a little bit if you have to. So I am in, Coach. You can go ahead and share your screen now. I just told y'all 2 ways that you can enter. You can click on the screen that is going to be up here shortly. That's going to have a QR code, or you could go to crowd.live/T8D7R and enter that way. When you put in the code, put in your first name, last name, and then wait to get this ass whooping that is going to commence. So, Coach, while we wait, there was some sports news and a lot of NBA trades that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that a little bit real quick. Gilbert Arenas, aka Agent Zero, put out an Instagram post today in which he said that Washington's back because they landed Anthony Davis. So he did mention Anthony Davis, Trey, and how those two are going to bring Washington up with some of their young guns. Now, here's the thing. If you can keep Anthony Davis from spraining his eyebrow and actually play more than half of the league's games, I would say that Washington does have a nice triple threat with some of their young weapons in Sora, Trey, and AD. But what are the chances we're going to see those 3 on the court at the same time? 0.
Next to none. Next to none. Oh, lordy. Yeah, and that trade that sent over, I find it hysterical that Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis trade, the blockbuster of last year, has backfired so badly that not only is the GM no longer there, the freaking the player that they traded their freaking MVP away for is no longer there. The super team that they were supposed to have with them and Kyrie to help lead them in the championship only played in 1 game together. Okay. And at no point did Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis ever step on the floor together. That being said, this has got to be one of the most desperate moves in the NBA to try to get a old, broke down Anthony Davis onto a team, even with Trae Young, and think that you're going to make a deep playoff run in the East. Not going to happen. As we can see, the other teams are retooling right now. Giannis is still on the trade block, and there's still some more time. So there's still some more moves that can be made. And as we've seen, Cleveland went out and ended up getting James Harden right before the deadline, which nullifies their chance of ever making to the NBA Finals. So the Knicks have another chance to run it back again, but they're in the middle of the talks regarding, Giannis Antetokounmpo coming over there to New York. Don't know if they'll end up trading Cat for him, but I do think a front court of Giannis and Cat with Jalen with Jalen Brunson over there running the point. Look, even if you've got to get rid of Hart or Mitchell or Obi Toppin or any of the team, you're going to have to get rid of one of them. But whatever you have left over after those 3 superstars playing, you're going to have 2 great role players who are going to be able to 3D and then do whatever they can to help win. But know that they've got 3 of the best freaking players currently playing that are healthy. And I want to state that again, that are healthy. And the Knicks can make a long, good run in there. But Washington, man, oh man, you guys are turning into the Knicks of the 2000s when you're trying to get names and thinking that these names are going to help you out, but they ain't going to help you out whatsoever. In fact, I want to bring up one other thing about another trade. And I didn't even realize this, but Lonzo Ball ends up getting traded, I think, over to Utah or something like that. But then he's going to get released and be pulled on as a free agent. And then another free agent is actually just about to hit it because he might be traded. He's already gone north of the border, and that's Chris Paul. Finally out of that disgusting Clippers conundrum.
I just saw that.
Yeah, and now he is up in and probably end up getting dealt out of Toronto because nobody wants to go up to Toronto, and Chris Paul doesn't want to go up to Toronto, regardless if Drake wants him up there or not. But he'll end up going up there. He'll end up playing for a new team, hopefully by the end of it. And if I were a team that were looking to make a NBA Finals run and could pick up the veteran player that is out there that won't screw over a team, much in the same way James Harden has done throughout his entire career, or play and not be injured, much like Anthony Davis over the past several years, then I think Chris Paul might actually be the key pickup to whomever is going to make a run for the NBA championship. It would be ironic. It would be unbelievably ironic if the Lakers picked them up, because if it weren't for the NBA, Chris Paul would have been in a Laker for years and probably would already be an NBA championship or be an NBA champion if it weren't for the NBA.
Man, so I'm going to see if I could bring this up here while we wait on people to join. I also have to acknowledge, I said, I have these grand things that I say, but my follow-through game is trash. I was supposed to start marketing our trivia like every day from Sunday, and I didn't actually create it until today. So that's on me. Coach, do we have people joining? Am I the only one that is joined, or do we have other people waiting?
You are the only one, my friend.
Damn. All right, y'all, look, trivia, it's free. There is actually one of the things that I do have that I wrote down is $100 Amazon gift card. That is literally up for grabs. So if you want to try to go at a chance to win a $100 gift card, join now. We are only going to keep this up really for about, let's say, till about 8:35. So that's another 15 minutes. If we don't have enough people that are going to join trivia, and we've talked about some of the sports things, this is going to be one of the shortest sports bar shows ever. So hit the link crowd.live/Tango8Delta7Romeo and join the sports bar trivia tonight for a chance to beat me and stop my trash talk and win an Amazon gift card. Yeah.
King,
so
King, I ain't gonna lie. Last night, I kid you not, man, I ended up freaking, and this is, look, I know this is sports talk, but now we're going into a little bit of guy talk.
Let's do it.
Last night, I thought I took a nap around like 4:00, about 2-hour nap or so. And, it kind of messed me up where, like if you take like a late afternoon nap, you have that feeling you're not going to end up sleeping for the rest of the night, or it'll be late by the time you get to sleep. Well, as I'm trying to go to sleep late last night, I see a LinkedIn post about a job offering, and I'm talking about a once in a blue moon type of job offering that I can, apply to. So I did myself a favor, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Let me take this. I'm going to go ahead and email the person, or I'm going to look at the email and looked on LinkedIn, and I sent the link for that job opening to my email, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still can't get to sleep, still can't do anything, and it's around midnight, and I go back to that daggone job opening link just to look at it again. Make sure I got all the information. And if I'll be damned, the person deleted the freaking post. All right. No, It gets better, man. I am like at the point right there for the entire night where I am kicking myself in the ass. I'm like, I should have applied for it there. The post was only 4 hours long. I don't know, or 4 hours old. I don't know why she would delete it. Maybe she got a lot of people that signed up. Don't know what the hell happened. Blah, 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 blah. I'm literally kicking myself all night and couldn't fucking sleep because I thought I missed out on a damn golden opportunity that I had to try to take. Man, don't ever get yourself over into such a mess that you can't sleep because all you got to really do is just reach out, try to do some additional work and get a cooler head, and you wouldn't have been as pissed off and without as sleepless as I am.
Mhm.
I ended up talking to the woman, this morning, and she sent me not only the job or the job listing, sent me her own email and told me, well, this is who we're going to be talking about. And we're compiling up all these resumes from these different locations. And this is what we're going to be looking at. We're hiring 6 different people in these 6 locations to do this job. All right, not a problem there. Fayetteville, North Carolina happens to be one of those ones. So at that point, I'm like, all right, great. I literally went ahead and did the same exact thing that I would have, except I did it on absolutely no fucking sleep because my own anxiety got the better of me just because of a deleted post. So I'm going to say this regarding a lot of things that we do. Yeah, obviously we can't tell the future. All right, we can't put ourselves over and see what's going to happen, and we've got to take leaps of faith and put our trust into what we're going to be doing regardless of what we're looking at for next in our lives. And where I come up with that is that I lost all that fucking sleep for nothing. That would have exactly been the same thing had I tried to go to sleep. Man, I'm fucking tired right now. And I will tell you that all of these questions that I have right here, I'm lined up, I'm ready to roll for it. But man, you tell me that we're going out of there, and I'm literally going to be in bed in about 20 minutes after we go off the air, man.
Hey, it's all good. I understand it, man. Hey, look, so Coach, thanks for sharing that, man. And it's one of those things too that I just came back. So I had my normal 9 to 5 today. I get off my normal 9 to 5. I was hoping to be able to gotten a haircut and shaped up my beard and stuff prior to going on air. That didn't happen. It is what it is. Because what I did do is I went to what's called this Wounded Warrior Project peer support group. And it's a pretty dope thing to be a part of in that it's warriors and veterans just being there for other veterans, right? And I always enjoy going. There's a meal that comes with it as well. But I'll always look at it as kind of like my monthly reset to just be able to catch some of the gals and guys that show up that will drive from an hour out sometimes just to still kind of get that camaraderie. And that right there invigorated me to then have to leave that and come here. Y'all don't know. I walked into the door 15 seconds prior to going live, and I'm running from my car to get into the house to get here so that we could get this trivia popped off. And if we do not have 5 people that join by 8:35, so here in another 10 minutes, then what we're going to do is we're going to push trivia to next week. We'll push trivia to next week. The Amazon gift cards aren't going anywhere. And that'll give us time to then properly market. And I'm going to hold my feet to the fire on this one this time. Every single day, you will see a post at the Sports Bar on WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page and the main page at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio so that we could properly get this thing marketed. So it's okay if we don't have the participation, but I'm okay with that.
And here, oh, by the way, I also wanted to make a mention regarding our gifts and everything. Yes, we do give out gifts. And Robin, if you are watching, I just sent the Jordans out. They will be delivered by Friday.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. She did say thank you. I passed a message to her, and she said thank you. Now, while we do,
I did get a different pair than what she would like. I think she would like these ones, but I also got a great deal on them, so that was part of the reason why I sent her a different pair than the 2 that she had out. But
good deal. Hey, man, free is free, and we kept our promise. Now, shout out to
Yeah.
Roger in the building with the blue button. I don't know what that means, but I'll accept it. I'll say thanks. I'm going to take this screen off that we're showing here for a second, Coach, and I'm going to share. I went to the Wizards Lakers game last Friday, and it was probably my third NBA game. And I'm going to showcase. This is a first-person view. I'm going to play a little bit of it here as I approach Capital One Arena in DC. There's a couple of things that I want to highlight when the Lakers came into town and just demolished, absolutely ransacked the Washington Wizards. Let's take a look.
All right, we up in this thing. See what these seats looking like. A lot of people up in this joint.
So there were a lot of people that pulled up, and where I sat, I'm gonna fast forward it a bit. Where I sat was some really good seats, kind of off at an angle on the visitor side. Fantastic seats. And my internet is not going to work with me here. But if it does actually showcase and go up, show y'all where I sat. There were two young guys that were right next to me that were endearing at first, and then they just became annoying later on as they were like yelling, Bronny, hey Bronny, we're your biggest fans. Take a look at us, Bronny. And at first, like, people around were kind of like giggling or whatever. Then after that, people just like, shut up. You paid way too much money for these seats for you just to sit here and be obnoxious like that. And of course, my internet's going to be trash. All right, here we go.
All right, thank you.
So we're walking down, and I am about 7 seats from the lower level right here where I'm circling, man. Fantastic seats. I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit here and see if I could get the concession stand. Man, how much would you say that a tall boy Bud Light and a luxury hot dog would cost? So this is a luxury hot dog, meaning there was the hot dog, which was about a foot long. There was pico de gallo on top of it.
Ooh, who the hell puts pico de gallo on a fucking hot dog?
Me. Pico.
Yo, what do you also eat that hot dog long ways or sideways? Jesus Christ.
And I stare in people's eyes as I do it. Pico and brisket on top of a hot dog. So
okay.
Thanks. See, I made up for it. So
see,
how much?
Well, all that is just a whole bunch of pork now mixed up together into something that's supposed to resemble a hot dog.
Yep. Now, how much would you say I paid for the luxury hot dog? So a foot long hot dog with pico and brisket on top, and I think the tall boy is like 30-ounce Budweiser. No, I think it's 42 ounces.
And this is at the old MCI Center, right, or whatever the hell whatever they're calling it now.
I don't know
one
what
in
it
DC
used to be called.
In DC, right?
In DC, yes, Capital One Arena in DC.
Capital One Arena. It used to be the MCI Center. That was back when Jordan, was the president of the Wizards. All right, seeing that I can't read that freaking menu right there,
you won't be able to see
I am going to guess it was about $26 for the beer and the hot dog.
Man, that is a very good guess. You came closer than I would have. $22. I thought it would have been about $14-15, right?
Yeah,
absolutely wrong. $22. Yeah, $22. So if you're somebody that's like a family of 4, going to a game like this, I feel for your pockets.
Oh yeah. Oh, completely. By the way, we're up to 4. Yourself, Mad Mike, and I believe Mad Mike's wife, as well as I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, I don't have no idea who the hell I have no idea what I'm doing is, but gotcha.
All right,
not a problem there. So we're waiting on a couple more.
Yep, waiting on a couple of more. We only got a couple of minutes to do it because we are going to keep that hard out. If we don't get people in here in the next couple of minutes, show's over. We'll push trivia to next week. So the game was exciting. The Wizards put on a fantastic, entertaining show. They had like old people dancing, well, like they're literally called the senior dance team, and they actually did a real good job. During the halftime show, they also had like puppies racing, which was probably the more entertaining thing that had people taking a look. Those dogs did not want to go anywhere. I think all of the sights and sounds and whatnot had them kind of frozen up a bit, so that was hilarious. They also had like 5-6-year-olds that were on the court before the game that had an opportunity to play a full court game in an NBA arena. I thought that was pretty cool. Like, how many times can people say that they played a game at an NBA arena, even if they were only like third and fourth graders?
Kind of, sort of. Well, let me say that they used to do that like every now and then at the all right. I did once, and that was at, well, it's now, or it was, the Izod Center.
Nice.
And it was the Continental Airlines Arena. But when I went there, it was the Brendan Byrne Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Halftime of a Nets game, they used to let kids in different, youth leagues play a 5-minute exhibition type of game. And I will say that it was a running clock type of game that we played, where, we had about 2 minutes and 30 seconds or 3 minutes. I want to say maybe 6 minutes. So we went in about 3 minutes apiece. We switched out players. But 10 of us played out there against another team of 10. So we had that. Now that was 30 fucking years ago. Jesus, almost 40 years ago. So, I mean, it's been a long while since I've seen that, but I know that NBA half times is usually something, they don't do a lot during the regular season on half times. And you used to have the city dancers or the Lakers cheerleaders or whomever, and that's who you would watch. But I was always glad to see something where kids were able to get out and play a game during that halftime. I'm glad that you got to see something like that, man. It is an awesome experience to be at one of those, especially being that young, because that's when those dreams get planted in,
Absolutely, man. Okay, 100%. Now, the rest of the game was entertaining as well. Every time LeBron came out, the crowd went nuts. But the real star, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Luka makes the game look effortless.
By the way, the person who is on there, I have no idea what I'm doing. That's TT.
Hey, that's what's up. Luka damn near had a triple-double in the first quarter. Yeah. He was like 2 rebounds and 2 assists away from a 20-point triple-double in the first quarter. That's how dominant Luka was. He was shooting threes, pulling back from well beyond the line, and you would be surprised if he missed. It was unreal how easy he makes the game look, how effortless he made the game look. In the fourth quarter, when everybody knew that the game was in hand, you were hearing the chants, "We want Bronny. We want Bronny." And Bronny James got in the game. He had a dunk. He had a steal in the dunk early on, and he had a block dunk later on too that ended up being hilarious. And I did get that captured on this camera as well. But yeah, great opportunity to get a chance to go to a NBA game and some fantastic seats. The last thing that I want to bring up about this, look, the resale value on a marquee game like this was insane. The tickets that I got for free, by the way, they were at resale value $700. The nosebleed seats on the secondary market were selling for $400 because of the superstar power that came into town. The same seats that I had the game before that DC played were at the resale for about $90.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
Oh, all right. Let me tell you another story regarding pro basketball, and this is going back. As by the way, we still have 4 players, so I'm
Well,
keeping this going. If we got if we got to maybe go another, I'll go another 5 more minutes until 8:40 with this story. One more person needs to be added in order for us to actually get going on trivia tonight.
okay.
So, the dynamic pricing thing has obviously been around for a while. And another part that I had regarding these season tickets to the Nets games that my father had was also that we would go to almost every single game that we could, regardless of whether it was a weekend or a weekday or whatever. Now, if you look at the season that I'm telling you, you're going to think like, oh, Jesus Christ, that was definitely peak. So it was the 87-88 season. And a certain team from Chicago happened to be playing that night. Now, the Brendan Byrne Arena did not have the greatest of all of the, places didn't sell out, is the best thing I can tell you. It never really sold out. There were a lot of games where, it was like a partial, 70% of the fans were there. Our section wasn't that crowded. It was pretty good. People would also leave around halftime or so. But then that certain game against Chicago, everybody and their fucking mother was there. All right. Women out of Newark came in droves, and that was the first time I have ever seen a hooker ever in my life, or at least a woman who dressed like a hooker. Man, oh man, have they been doing that for a while. And my uncle, his brother, was a scalper over there for, a lot of the tickets. He was the old school scalper. He would buy those tickets at the ticket booth and then would go around the side and sell the tickets, for everybody. Okay. That was what he did. And he would make a killing on those certain nights. He'd make a killing on the football games. He would make a killing on certain hockey games like, the Rangers or the Islanders, or if Gretzky was in. But he would make hand over fist when Michael Jordan came to town. Hand over fist. That same superstar is right there in the NBA right now. LeBron James, the second GOAT, the second greatest player of all time, had that same type of star power. So to see a 4 times the price of those seats just because LeBron's there, regardless of Luka. Luka's okay, but Luka's not a draw. LeBron's always going to be the draw, plain and daggone simple. That don't surprise me that it's going to be that much. And by the way, I also want to bring something up regarding LeBron. And I'm glad that you went to it, but I'm glad you saw him play before he retired. Hey, by the way, guess what? We're at 5 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have, watching LeBron play, you're not going to see him, after this season. It looks like, even after making the All-Star game, he's now part of trade talks to a possible better contender after LA went from second in the West to sixth in the West over the past month or so. Man, oh man. Just be happy that you're seeing him this season. He hasn't announced it yet. And I don't think he's going to want a go-away tour, much in the same way nobody really wanted a go-away tour for Michael Jordan never said it was a go-away tour in '98 or a go-away tour in 2003. But this is a go-away tour. Yep, it is. Sorry to say that. It is, man. You did see him before he retires at the end of the season. And when he does retire, he will be the second greatest player to ever play in the NBA. He will also be the one who played the longest out of everybody. You see, I will give you this, okay? The greatest baseball player for almost 100 or so years, and probably still can keep that case, was Babe Ruth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Babe Ruth had all of his great seasons, but didn't have as many as one Mr. Henry Aaron, who ended up playing 23 seasons. And at that point, until Pete Rose went past him, was the most seasons out of any baseball player that had played. At the end of it, Aaron did pass Babe Ruth for the all-time home run king. And in fairness, the all-time home run king is still Henry Aaron. Henry Aaron also did it in more games, more plate appearances, etc., than Babe Ruth did. Babe Ruth still has the all-time record for the most home runs played per game, and the 714 home runs in his time is still right now the third most all-time. Okay? Michael Jordan, 20 some odd years after he retired, is still one of two players to average over 30 points per game throughout his entire career. The other person was Wilt Chamberlain, who went through an entire time when he was the only 7-footer playing in the NBA against a bunch of 6'5" white centers. So that being with the exception of Bill Russell, that being the case, there's the difference in the eras, but it doesn't diminish the greatness of them. When I say LeBron is the second greatest player of all time, that just means that he is number two. There's nothing bad about being number two when you're talking about 1 and 2 of all time. But to say that he is the greatest, well, still no. And regardless of whatever we have as rose-colored glasses when it comes to the end of his career, it's still going to be no.
Except when you're delusional. Now, Coach, we
ready?
We are ready to go. Coach has the screen up here. Everybody get your cups and your trivia ready. How many questions do we have, Coach?
So we got 15 questions, and for everybody that I have coming on that's playing right now, you will have 30 seconds for each of these multiple choice questions. You will have 20 seconds after each of these questions. And again, each question is worth 500 points, with every second deducting 25 points per question. So if you answer it with 19 seconds on the clock, you get 475. You answer it with 2 seconds on the clock, you get 50 points. That's the way that we play this game. There is no wagers on this one. There is only multiple choice because I did this as 15. Now, each one of them are going to be a different sport. So I'm only going to have one NBA question. I'm only going to have one football question. Well, one NFL question. But we are going to go through 15 different sports. I'm going to ask you a trivia question about each one of them. And then whomever at the end of it goes through will have the opportunity to win the Amazon gift card that Mr. King Smith has pulled up. And for our players, we do have King, we have Mike, we have TT, we have Jen, and we have TZ. So to all of y'all that are happening, what I'm going to do is must play. We're going to have 30 seconds on the clock. Once that 30-second countdown is done, it's going to go right into question 1, and boom, there we go. Yes.
And look, I'm actually going to share my screen. The bottom is going to be me, so that I won't be cheating. So I wouldn't.
All right.
Because I might be wrong. So here we go. The top right is what everybody else sees. The bottom is me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go on to our first question. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this Orlando Magic point guard, NBA is on there, holds the NBA record for most assists in a NBA game at 30. Is it A, Darrell Armstrong, B, Anthony Hardaway, C, Scott Skiles, D, Rafer Alston, or E, Earl Boykins? Let's see who gets this one. Well, so far, nobody has gotten it right. King, you're already 0 for 1. Man, yeah, and I had to put Skip to My Lou on there. If anybody watched the N1 mixtape, knows exactly who Skip to My Lou is. Unfortunately, Skip to My Lou is not the correct answer. The answer is C.
I knew it.
Scott
Damn it.
Skiles.
Damn it.
All right. Question number 2. NCAA men's. Oh, yes, here we go. This is the first college Larry Bird attended before transferring to Indiana State. Is it A, Ooey Pooey, B, Ohio State, C, Michigan, D, Indiana, or E, Purdue? Where did the hick from French Lick first go to college, ladies and gentlemen? I always like to put IUPUI and spell out Ooey Pooey, which stands for Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. But that's not where Larry Bird first went. Larry Bird first went to D, Indiana. Played for Bob Knight and then on his freshman year and left after that. Question number 3. The PGA. This is how many strokes Tiger Woods won the 2000 U.S. Open by, which is still a record. Is it A, 12, B, 13, C, 14, D, 15, or E, 16? I couldn't get the gif on there of Dave Chappelle with Tiger Woods on the racial draft where he looks up and he goes, I've always wanted to say this. For shizzle. Well, for shizzle, ladies and gentlemen, how many strokes did Tiger Woods win the PGA or U.S. Open by in 2000? It is D, 15. Nobody got that one correct. But yes, 15 strokes, still the all-time highest in a major championship. Question number 4. Women's tennis. Ooh. This is how many singles major championships
These are good questions.
Venus Williams won during her career. Is it A, 7, B, 9, C, 11, D, 13, or E, 15? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's something else, too. Do you know that Venus has more gold medals than Serena does in singles? They both have gold medals, but both of them, Venus actually has more gold medals in the Olympics than Serena does. But Serena's got 23 of the major championships, while Venus has just 7 singles. Now, both her and Venus hold the record for like 29 million doubles championships, whether it be mixed doubles or women's doubles. So I only put singles championships. But Venus, not bad. 7 major championships or Grand Slam champions. All right, question number 5. Professional wrestling. This is where Pete should have came in on this one. This is who holds the record for the longest time in a 30-man Royal Rumble match. Is it A, Rey Mysterio Jr., B, Bailey, C, Bob Backlund, D, Rhea Ripley, or E, Gunther?
Total guess.
Total guess on this one. Yes, there's a lot of people that are going to be guessing this one. But the Royal Rumble just happened this past week, so that's why I brought that up and figured somebody would have something. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is E, Gunther. Yes, Rey Mysterio Jr. had the record, but then was beaten out by Gunther. All right, next question. In motorsport, this is how many times Jeff Gordon won a NASCAR Cup Series race during his career. Is it A, 76, B, 88, C, 93, D, 97, or E, 103?
When in doubt.
Well, let's see what you got up there. Oh, sorry, I just dropped something. And it looked like 2 of you got the correct answer. I wonder, King, if you were one of them because I didn't see what you had. But, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is C, 93. Yes, when in doubt, go with the middle. But, yes, 93 wins over his God knows how many years he was driving for Hendrick Motorsports in 24. Question number 7. In NCAA women's, this is how many national championships UConn has won since 1995. Is it A, 9, B, 10, C, 11, D, 12, or E, 13?
Saw how fast I clicked. I think I got it.
And yes, I did purposefully get the booby bounce right there on that one. So Just going to say that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and as you are looking at the gift right there, let's also make sure you see how many did they win? And the answer is
No.
A12. Did not get it, but we did have 3 others correct. Well, we are at the almost halfway point. One more question, and then I'll show the leaderboard real quick. But let's move on to question number 8. NCAA football. This is how many Alabama QBs that are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And yes, all of them got in before Bill Belichick did. Is it A1, B2, C3, D4, or E5?
I know how many, and I know who they are.
And that's what I was about to ask you at the end, because this one was a layup for you.
Mhm.
This one was a layup for you. You should know these ones, King. I gave you a little bit of a home field advantage on this one. So, King, how many did they have in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
The most recent one was Stabler. So it's Stabler, Namath, and Bart Starr.
Got all 3 of them. Yes, that is correct. It is 3. That one. 2 of y'all got that correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to show up the leaderboard real quick. And in first place, we have King Smith. In second place, a little bit far behind, but can make up some room, is TT. TZ in third. Mad Mike is losing to Jen, or just barely beating Jen. But hey, we've got some more people coming in. You guys can go ahead and still play.
Yeah, like if people join now, I think they can still win.
They can still win.
They can still win. It is not impossible.
Now, all right, we've gotten rid of several of the popular sports. We've gotten rid of the NBA. We've gotten rid of men's football. And in your case, we also got rid of women's basketball. So let's move on to question number 9. Let me get off of that real quick. And here we go to number 9. Winter Olympics. This is not one of the nations competing in the men's bobsled during the 2026 Olympics. Is it A, Trinidad and Tobago, B, the Dominican Republic, C, Israel, D, Brazil, or E? Some people say, you know, I can't believe Jamaica, we got a bobsled team.
Y'all saw me put my hands up. There was no Googling. And I still think I got this right.
Oh, what'd you put down? You put down B?
I put down the Dominican Republic.
The Dominican Republic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, King actually did get this one correct. Yes.
My hands were up. There were no Googling. They were up the entire time.
Trinidad and Tobago, Israel, and Brazil all are going to be competing against my favorite team, my adopted team, and I don't give a crap if they I hope that they beat America. I hope they beat Switzerland. I hope they beat Norway. I hope they beat Germany. Every single one of them. I always pull for the Jamaican bobsled team. Yes, feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Get on up, it's bobsled time. Cool runnings. All right, question number 10.
Hands up.
Major League Baseball. Oh, this is a good one. This is the only pitcher that won an MVP and did not win the Cy Young Award during the same season. Is it A, Clayton Kershaw, B, Denny McClain, C, Dennis Eckersley, D, Justin Verlander, or E, Shohei Ohtani? Well, that means they won the MVP that season, but they did not win the Cy Young. Now, all of those pitchers were just pitchers, with the exception of one who is considered a two-way player, but also considered a pitcher. Oh, I'm sorry, King. It wasn't Justin Verlander. It was Shohei. It was Shohei Ohtani. Yes. So Ohtani, when he won, was not the Cy Young Award winner, and that was in the AL, and both of the ones that he's won in the NL. He's never won the Cy Young. So there we go with that. All right. Next question. This ought to be right up your alley, King. The WNBA! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is how many rebounds Angel Reese had during the 2024 season. Is it A, 91, B, 102, C, 117, D, 139, or E, 165?
I don't know, but I'm going to go with the most ridiculous answer. I picked the most ridiculous one.
Angel Reese, let's get it. Rebounds, butter pecan, bang! Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is A.
91.
Only 91, which happens to also be the same number as Dennis Rodman. Kind of ironic on that one. All right. Question number 12. What do I have up here? I think this might be hockey. No, it's not. It is soccer. Okay. Soccer. This is the only MLS team to play their home games at a Major League Baseball stadium. Is it A, the New England Revolution, B, New York City FC, C, FC Cincinnati, D, the Philadelphia Union, or E, DC United? This ought to be an interesting one. Now, one of them was an old one that used to play in a multi-purpose stadium, which was DC United. They used to play at RFK where the Nationals played, but also where the Redskins played, but they're no longer playing there. That only leaves another team that has been playing at Yankee Stadium. It is New York City FC. They've been playing at Yankee Stadium since their inception. All right, question number 13. This is the NHL question. Yes, National Hockey League. This is how many shutouts New Jersey Devils goalie Martin Brodeur had during his Hall of Fame career. Is it A, 82, B, 84, C, 94, D, 103, or E, 125? Well, I'll be damned. Nobody got this one correct. You see, you went with the right thing. You had the right thinking when you went with Angel Reese. You just had the wrong question.
125.
See, Angel Reese had the low number. Martin Brodeur had the high number, 125 career shutouts. All right, question 14. And if I'm right, this one should be NCAA men. No, I don't remember what the hell this one is. Question 14, in one of the places that I don't know. Oh, the Summer Olympics. Yes. This is the year beach volleyball became an official Olympic
I should know this.
sport. Is it A, 1988, B, 1992, C, 1996, D, 2000, or E, 2004? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I got a boob bounce and I got a butt slap. I just don't have a clan slam right now. That's all that we really needed in order to get this thing completely perverted tonight. But, ladies and gentlemen, the question there was, what year did beach volleyball become an official sport? Well, it became an official Olympic sport in the Atlanta Games in summer of 1996.
You want to know? You want to know how I knew that?
How?
Because a young Smitty was in puberty at that time and definitely tuned in. That's how I do the answer.
Now, in 1992, it did show up as one of the exhibition possible sports, much like how skateboarding was in like one of the years. But yes, Atlanta was the first time that they had beach volleyball, and NBC has been happy because that is the only one outside of the gymnastics where they can catch all the perverts that will be on To Catch a Predator later on that summer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming up to the last question, and I haven't asked regarding one sport. So yes, I saved the best for last. The National Football League. For question 15, our final question. This was the first Super Bowl to have a defensive player win the MVP award.
I have to see the list.
Is it A, Super Bowl 5, B, Super Bowl 7, C, Super Bowl 12, D, Super Bowl 15, or E, Super Bowl 20?
Total guess.
The This one's definitely going to be a guess on a lot of people. In fact, this was a guess for everybody because nobody knew. And it had been that long ago, or it has been that long. But Super Bowl V was the first one. In fact, give me a minute because I looked it up. It was Chuck Howley. Chuck Howley, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2023. He is the only player on the losing team to receive the award.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end. Oh, yes. Let's go ahead and pull off the game, finish it up. Let's see who our big winners are. In third place, we have TZ, third place, outstanding with 806. Second place is TT with I have no idea what I'm doing. And in first place, rigged like everything else over here, is Mr. King Smith. Of course, his cheap ass did not want to give out the Amazon gift card that he paid good money for, or he ended up just redeeming, some type of code or something like that for to get the card. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, that's what we have. The King, you are the winner. You can go ahead and keep yourself for how much it was. Go ahead, spin the wheel and see how much you're going to be paying yourself.
Let's see if anybody could have beat me. If anybody, and y'all saw the hands up. So if anybody could have beat me, let's see what you would have gotten.
And I will. And look, if it weren't for the fact that I don't want to be fired, I would go over the fence for everybody. But I will be as blunt as I can with you. King did not see a single one of these freaking questions at all.
Nope.
King did not see a single one of these ones and had no idea what I was doing with that. So,
nope, I'm just a spectacular guesser. So let's see what y'all would have won.
No, you're terrible. I mean, you only got about half of them right.
Ooh.
We host.
That would have been a good prize. That would have been a good. You would have, if anybody could have beat me, in your inbox would have been a $50 Amazon gift card. But we'll just have to come back. The first Wednesday of the month, we're going to look at trying to do trivia. So this isn't going to be an every week thing. My pockets ain't that deep. So first Wednesday of the month will be sports trivia here at WTF Nation Radio.
All right. So that being the case, then we will definitely put this on the schedule. The next one that we will have will be March 4th. We're going to do it the same exact way, 15 questions, but March 4th will be our next one, and it'll be a different link, but that's how we'll get going from there.
All right, we got TT's in the building, said, congrats, appreciate you, my man. Mike Larson said, that's some baby back bullshit. Well, hey, you know what? Show up next time, man. He said, it's just like playing Michigan, where I cheat. Yes. Let me put a congratulations to
but at the end, King's not going to be cheating on with some 20-year-old some 20-year-old intern on the football team.
All right. So y'all, to wrap up what we've got going on, I'm still going to make an attempt to do a Super Bowl watch party in our Discord. I am not 100% sure that I've got all of the technical things ironed out for it. So part of the discovery is gonna be if we could actually make that work. So even if I can't bring it up on the screen, right, I'm still gonna be in the Discord. If anybody just wants to come and hang while the game is on, and we could ooh and ah, talk about what commercials were the best and which ones were trash. Come into our Discord. WTF Nation Radio has a Discord channel. We will be on there either watching the game on the screen together or just watching the game in our own independent place and chopping it up. So I'd love to see y'all in there. The link to join our Discord is in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna be driving back that Sunday. I'm gonna be done with my event around 4, and it's about a 3.5 hour drive on the way back. So I'll be chilling out on the Discord server as I'm coming back, so I can at least hear a couple, see what you guys are saying. But I'll also be listening in on Westwood One Radio, where for some reason, a certain organization, don't know what organization that might be. Oh, hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. A certain organization has somebody on their freaking, this national commercial talking about a peer support group or something like that. Don't know who that person happens to be. Not my fucking co-host or the guy who hosts the Tuesday show. The Tuesday edition is what I'm going to start calling it from now on. Fuck it. That's what the Pop Culture Warrior from now point on is now the Tuesday edition. But yes, I will be listening to your guys' commercial on Westwood One. Have you heard that commercial yet?
Yes.
Okay. So you know which one I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'll be listening to Westwood One and be hearing your voice on that, but then I'll be also listening to you on the Discord server on my way back from my work. So
there's somebody that saw that and wanted to thank me for my service by buying a free tank of gas. I felt like a celebrity that day.
No shit.
Yeah, man. True story. At the Sheet Station right next to my house, I was actually wearing a WWP shirt or something, and they stopped me and said, "Hey, are you King?" I was like, "Depends on if I owe you money or not." Hey, man, I just want to thank you for your service. I saw this thing, and we're doing this and that, and cool story. And I was like, "Bro, thanks." It was like, "Can I pay for your gas?" I said, "No." And they were like, "All right, sis." I said, "Well, you know what? I won't say no twice." But yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, look. Like I said, when I first heard it, I was laughing my ass off because it was during the Jets game. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm going to be miserable. Never mind, I'm not going to be miserable. I'm going to laugh my ass off. And then I heard you and freaking CQ about 12 times just on the pre-show. And I'm like, damn.
All right. Well, there is no Smoke Pit tonight. The Smoke Pit is on a hiatus at the moment. It is not going anywhere. It's just on a temporary hiatus. So be sure to tune in tomorrow as Ice host Sergeant's Time here Thursday at WTF Nation Radio. Coach.
Oh, yo, hold up. We've been doing a bad part on this. We and I'm talking about all of us on the station have been doing a bad part on this, but we also need to promote.
Yes. Yes. We have
go ahead.
A new show joining us at the WTF Nation family here, hosted by Dr. J. She is a phenomenal person, a therapist, but she is not your kumbaya type therapist. Dr. J gets real about mental health and everything. She is a veteran herself, an Army veteran who has a very interesting story. Starting, is it this Sunday, Coach?
I believe it's before we get going. The reset, yes.
We have the reset that is coming to WTF Nation Radio's host of programming here, and y'all are going to want to tune in for that one. She is definitely a smart person, somebody that has a really interesting story, and she's going to be here for you, the viewers. So if you are wanting to get some information on certain things, share things that you might want to get some valid information on and not just info from some cuckoo person. Tune in Sunday nights, the reset with Dr. J.
Yep. Yeah, now she's going to be on during, no, why is she going to be on during the Super Bowl?
It just dawned on me that if she started this Sunday, that is going to be during the Super Bowl.
She's going to be on during the Super Bowl.
And that actually, we should talk to the station manager to get her to relaunch, because people are going to be watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's, and I had to bring that up because where I'm going to be working out on Sunday, I did have to remind everybody, 6:30 is the kickoff. So, I mean, if she wants to go live during halftime instead of watching Bad Bunny or watching the abortion that's, Turning Point America's about to put on, yeah, tune in to WTF Nation Radio during halftime. That's what she should do. Just do it during halftime instead of us having to watch Bad Bunny or anything else. Let them watch that on the reset. But yeah, we might want to talk to her about that one.
Yep, I just put it in our ops channel behind the scenes, so we'll kind of get the conversation going on that. And I'm also going to give our station manager a call just to bring that up with him. So we do have closing credits now, Coach. This better not get us zucked. All right. So
no, it won't.
All right. So to everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. I want to do like Snoop said. I want to thank me for winning tonight's trivia here at WTF Nation Radio. I'm going to take my $50 Amazon gift card.
We do have an update.
Okay.
The reset will be at noon.
Oh, bet.
Thank God. Okay, so the reset will be at noon.
Right. So this coming Sunday, check out the reset with Dr. J at noon. Mm-hmm. Thanks for clarifying that. To everybody that participated in trivia, thank y'all for tuning in. For those of y'all that are going to catch the replay, appreciate y'all tuning in as well. I'm one half of this thing, King. That's Coach, and Coach is going to close us out with an interesting video. Can you select the video, Coach?
I can't select the video, no, because I'm still not logged in.
All right, I'll do it. But thanks for hosting trivia tonight, Coach, as only you can do. Ensure that we have the same scintillating gifts on each of our trivias going forward. I appreciate that, good sir.
Hell yes, man.
All right, we're out. Peace.
Not yet. What's the situation on the ground today, right now, in the mall?
Confusion, instability, vacuum at the top.
What caused the decline?
It's just